Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious. Ali is happy when Moors are happy. Vixens wink fake lashes trying to trap me. 40 days and nights battling the lower demons. This is not their land, hybrids can't be free men. If this is not their land, who's the immigrant thinking they're sovereign? Imagination figment, recessive is their status, lacking pigment. A game for the Thanksgiving, but no commitment to indigenous Moors they conquered with Bibles, signs in the vitals and signs in the cycles, only to strangle, embracing my rivals. Free national standards, not playing with the tribals. Each Moor is their own Christ, not disciples. Whether hands or thoughts, no worshiping idols. Always carry my Moorish Quran, no recitals. Everyone will not process ancients' arrivals. Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious.
Innate mystic ability to show and prove a lesson, coupled with the agility to move you with the message, presence of divine mind to navigate you with a reference, urgent with a purpose, perfect. Emergent urban legends, real more is not a question or a choice or a preference. You are who you are, you should have the same obsession. Broke the same jewels to a dude, the corner, Jane and Western. What you reppin', all that effort, that direction keep you separate in a world of blind sheep. I was born to be a shepherd, mind like an elephant. Got the paws of a leopard, means I'm wise and I'm strong. Crank you up like I'm a record, take you to the body shop, correct your lines to true vector manifestations. Matter, energy, and mind, spirit men unsung. Trey Young dropping dimes until you tighten up, you catching splinters from the pine. Clean the clouds out your thoughts, that's what keep you in the bind.
Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious.
Hi everyone.
Hey, what?
Hey, kumusta?
The shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. The shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman.
Levitate, this hoverboard rap. Thank me now, you're welcome like a floor mat. Beat my format, tarot deck, I sort that. Pulled the magician, now you see my forecast. Royal Palace in the crystal ball. I'm a fully spitting bullets, that's John Wall. We dialing up classics and it's on call. How you bounce back after the fall? That's a question. We building, not finessing. You got complaints or suggestions. Decided law is my reference. Y'all decorate. The essence is my preference. No hesitation with the demonstration. On my back is where you find the nation. No hesitation with the demonstration. On my back is where you find a nation. Shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. The shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman. Shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. The shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman.
Step into this ring, the gods of war sing. Drum steady pounding to the bloodstream coursing. Heed their warning just before the sword swings. Move north 4 degrees, avoiding its sting. Listen to their voices, sight unseen. Quiet all the noises, focus on just being. I am one with the breeze. breeze that eases through the trees. I am one with the earth underneath your feet. I am water walking land in the form of man, the king of Siam. I am that I am. I'm that fire that's burning deep inside your heart. The synchronized senses moving your body parts smoothly with fluidness, highly intuitive. Knew the movements of your fist before you even did. With each step left, right, feeling oddly compelled, because the shadow box with God is to spar with the self.
Shadow box, the shadow box. You close-minded, then you boxed in. This shadow boxing, this shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman. Shadow boxing, this shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. This shadow boxing, this shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman.
Recognize your dark aspects, I don't mean skin tone. Outside truths in the house, demons you bring home. Outside clothes on your bed, sleep with a night hag. Paralysis when you sleep, dreams every night bad. Subconsciously suppressed aspects, acts called job. About negative behaviors, unravel is done. See the deepest trauma and guilt you push away. Causes depression, addiction, and anger you display. Identity is central to the practice of magic. Witchcraft help you rewrite and conquer your habits. Detrimental to the growth, exploring the shadow self of man. Learn the lesser banish with pentagrams. Get a black candle, a pen or a pin. Scratch shadow emotions and let the healing begin. Light it and meditate, burn it down to the end. It's locked in. This is what we call shadow boxing.
Shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. This shadow boxing, this shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman. Shadow boxing, this shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. This shadow boxing, this shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman.
My dealer is a healer and an Egyptian adept. As a general through sand, they turn to cadets. Saving the nation, read divine warning address in Brownsville. His name was on some projects, mentioned in songs by old school artists. Brought me into marvelous light from the darkness. Sundis and feather, turban or a fez. Bays and L's inspired, walking around El River Res. Squamish nation, fez on a welcome totem. Wires connected to higher powers, don't need a modem. Through the ages backwards, masters are traced. Allah's spirits moved on the face of boundless space. Magistrates are subjects, servants are masters. Suffer now when light heals in the life after. Uplift the fallen, get credit from karma instead of a bitchy side and her psychodrama. We're pushing the product, you want it, we got it. We don't move dime bags, bricks on the profit. Knowledge the product, not tired of chocolate. You want it, we got it. Bricks on the profit, we're pushing the product. You want it, we got it. We don't move dime bags, bricks on the profit. Knowledge the product, not tired of chocolate. You want it, we got it. Bricks on the profit.
This, that pure and uncut love from the gut, that raw good stuff that travels all the way up to the ground, then abounds to amaze and astound. Every time you hear that sound, the serpent gets its wings, but only those deserving, purging carnal yearnings, as distinctly seen by their works and their deeds. See, the first one is free, no need to loosen your purse strings, and when you get thirsty, come back and see me. See what we got, Jack, or put a hump in a camel's back. This batch is unmatched, and it'll have you running laps. Not red tops or blue tops, simply just truth bombs that'll loosen you up as soon as this tune drops. Can't stop the prophet or the jewels that he's dropping. Even from the soul plane, got the block on lock, kid, with love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. 5 principles, not some uncontrolled substance.
We're pushing the product, you want it, we got it. We don't move dime bags, bricks on the profit. Knowledge the product, not tired of chocolate. You want it, we got it. Bricks on the profit, we're pushing the product. You want it, we got it. We don't move dime bags, bricks on the profit. Knowledge the product, not tired of chocolate. You want it, we got it. Bricks on the profit.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gates Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes civil little a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets stood me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Salt Bay, prepping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. Had no but I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death dip in slavery. Looking for life, the book of Genesis. Astroplane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life. Finish him.
Moorish or Moor, key man or oracle. Using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical. Lost and metaphorical, holy books are...
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gates Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes civil little a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets stood me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Salt Bay, prepping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. Had no but I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death dip in slavery. Looking for life, the book of Genesis. Astroplane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life. Finish him.
Moorish or Moor, key man or oracle. Using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical. Lost and metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic. Facts slap a dirty Moor or a Drew Ali critic. Calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved. Or cut like a close shave. Drowned in my brainwaves, squashed by heat waves. Activating Kundalini. Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini. Selassie I in exile. Reptile in Genesis, Negus appearing real. All I see is false evidence. DA are feminists, stomped on by elephants. More like more prejudice, but want Moorish benefits. When you feel the cold magnetic resonance. Apis horns of the sacred book called Maleficent. Great cosmic mothers, return to blessedness. No pestilence, ace all the testaments. Tap into remembrance, never to forget again. Use energy right, not put spell effects on men. Wandering the earth plane with more they live shades. Keeps you a mental slave as the horizon fades. It's been decades since Christian crusades. Not enough rebellions, too many vigil bouquets. Holding on to the fence, burning on doomsday. War ruled by Mars, it might be on a Tuesday.
Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try?
This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch the lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts with Moors, they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallets, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the convo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take Moorish science to the highways and hedges, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
They tried to get you to think again. That's the profit. I'm upright, don't need a friend. And you can't stop this. I'ma write with my pen. Violate me and I'ma send writs again. Remain cautious, cause often it's in again. That's in the police out, just the silence men. When they bust through your door, you won't breathe again. Nationality will show you how to live again.
This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch the lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts with Moors, they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch the lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts with Moors, they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallets, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the convo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take Moorish science to the highways and hedges, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
They tried to get you to think again. That's the profit. I'm upright, don't need a friend. And you can't stop this. I'ma write with my pen. Violate me and I'ma send writs again. Remain cautious, cause often it's in again. That's in the police out, just the silence men. When they bust through your door, you won't breathe again. Nationality will show you how to live again. It can change the predicament you're living in. You can heal the whole world without medicine. Only truth can make you a better man. Why lie? Cause you got paid to murder men. Then you try to lock them up when they riot in. That's okay, cause for freedom I'm diving in. With no knowledge, you come back to die again. Resurrect me not, cause I'd rather be one with Allah.
This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
And what does that mean?
It means I'm a Boricua, just so you know. Mm-hmm. And what a Boricua is the native to the land of Boriquen. And prior to the conquistadors coming in and invading the island and committing genocide, that was the name of the island. Mm-hmm. And the native people were Taino. And if you were born during that time or you're from the island, you're called a Boricua.
I see. So these were the you say the native inhabitants of Puerto Rico, and the Spanish came in and marauded the island. And what year did that take place?
That took place in the early 1400s, all the way throughout the 1800s, mm-hmm. until the United States came to liberate the island, which they didn't. But they,
they came to liberate the island, but it didn't work.
We're still waiting. We're still waiting, but their intentions was to liberate the island from the Spanish rule, and instead what happened was we became like a modern colony, a commonwealth, and and that's where the status is right now. Para que tú lo sepas.
Sure, that I keep my ledger, my main information in the vault in the safe deposit box. So is this what you're doing now? You're putting artists on to you need to do it this way with your phone? Yeah, that's what the hip hop fraternity is. We're basically a think tank. So that means everybody got to think you want to be a part of the hip hop fraternity, because the Prophet Honorable Noble Ali once said, if I can get my people to think, they'll save themselves. And I've been following Noble Ali since 1976. I'm a Moorish American. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that brother, he kind of got me in the kind of mindset of take finance to uplift the nation. So yes, we want to teach our young people about finance, because that's what I was taught as a young boy coming to the Moor Science Temple, is that you must, you can't use the restroom without toilet paper, you can't brush your teeth without toothpaste. So it takes finance to uplift the nation. But in teaching finance, you also got to teach financial literacy. So you got to teach them how to slave, save, and trade, and invest, and that's what we teach them. And we teach them hey, look, you might want to be independent. If you want to be a label, you might want to be independent. I tell them about the label will give you a 50% production deal and you 15% royalties with no escalation clause, de-escalation clause, or escalation clause, which puts you in the rear because the 15%, how many records you have to sell at 15% to recoup, a 50% production deal. Production, ladies and gentlemen, in case I don't know, that's the video. You know what I'm saying? When you see people shoot $1 million video, you owe $500,000. So how many records you have to sell? I'm sure that I keep my ledger, my main information in the vault in the safe deposit box. So is this what you're doing now? You're putting artists on to you need to do it this way with your phone? Yeah, that's what the hip hop fraternity is. We're basically a think tank. So that means everybody got to think you want to be a part of the hip hop fraternity, because the Prophet Honorable Noble Ali once said, if I can get my people to think, they'll save themselves. And I've been following Noble Ali since 1976. I'm a Moorish American. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that brother, he kind of got me in the kind of mindset of take finance to uplift the nation. So yes, we want to teach.
Racist letter sent to several city leaders.
If you see a bunch of brown folks getting in a car, write down the plate number.
A letter titled The Brown Roundup, Part 1
states that starting the last part of January 2025, this nation will commence the largest roundup of brown in our history.
It goes on to explain how to help that effort.
For example, parking in a church parking lot and taking down license plates and car makes and models of folks that are brown. Schools, as you wait in line to pick up the kiddos or the grandkiddos, if you see brown folks, record the plate number.
But other mayors and city councilors in Lincoln County got it too.
I think small towns were targeted. I think they targeted places that they thought there might be a receptive audience. I also think that they targeted small towns because of, to be honest, our lack of resources to investigate this.
Racist letter sent to several city leaders.
If you see a bunch of brown folks getting in a car, write down the plate number.
A letter titled The Brown Roundup, Part 1
states that starting the last part of January 2025, this nation will commence the largest roundup of brown in our history.
It goes on to explain how to help that effort.
For example, parking in a church
This is how the body reacts when we lie. Check this out.
When we lie, our bodies get very weak. So stick your arm out.
Yeah.
And hold it up. Don't let me push it down. Okay. Now I want you to do that while lying. And the lie I'd like you to say is, I love to vomit.
I love to vomit. Why? That's so weird.
Now say, I love fresh air.
I love fresh air.
Now say, I love to vomit.
I love to vomit. Why is that? When I said I love to vomit, it was like I wasn't actually connected to my strength and my hand.
Exactly.
It was like I was inside my head, so I couldn't also at the same time think about you're about to push me.
Right.
So what do you think? Do you think that applies if they call themselves black? Let's check again.
This is how the body reacts when we lie. Check this out.
When we lie, our bodies get very weak. So
if you say you're black and you're brown people and you're continents, how's your body reacting to that lie you just told to yourself? Because as you see, when you lie, it makes the body weak. Drew Ali said, what's our principles again? Love, truth, right? Truth is one of our principles. Oh. So speaking truth also makes you strong, because lies make you weak. So if lies make you weak, probably not in your best interest to call yourself black then, because that would be a lie, wouldn't it? And then you look at their conditions, and aren't they in a weakened position? Aren't the black Negro, whoever's probably in the weakest position of all of humanity? Don't know who they are, spending all types of crazy finance, all types of dumb stuff, and then the stuff that they should be spending finance on, like everybody else in the world, so that they can have a great future. They're not spending on that. So could the inability for the Negro, black, colored, African, whatever, right, to not figure this stuff out, the inability of them to not get it and continue lying to themselves must be considered as a ritual that they're putting on themselves, because they're calling themselves a weak name, because black's not identity, has no historical connection to anything, any part of the human family, any architecture of the human family, any expression of culture of the human family. Black, African, all that stuff has no connection to that. Zero. It's like the Moor always says, word magic. Word magic. Don't play yourself. Then start blaming boogeymen, because it ain't the boogeyman. It's you played yourself. It's you played yourself. Let's just see what's up with the questions. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. NYP talk show. We'll be over there with those Moors tomorrow. So you can check NYP talk show tomorrow, 8 p.m. First question. How is China able to have so much control over Africa? Look at it from multiple different ways, because we're over here, so we don't know jack that's going on over there unless you went over there and checked. Yeah, don't go with what you're hearing or whatever. So when you look at it, Juali said, go back to the mindset of your foremothers and forefathers. So when we go back to the mindset of our foremothers and forefathers, we know that just like America is north and south, over there is north and south. At one time, all over there was known as Asia. So when you look at over there as Asia, then the continent of Africa would actually be South Asia. Just like South America. We're on the same page still. All right. So if this place is known as South Asia anciently, and some modern people pop up and say, no, this is actually Africa, then anybody who knows that that's Asia has the superior claim to that jurisdiction. Right? And that's exactly what's going on. Because they're at least supposed to be saying Al-Kebalan. Because according to Dr. Ben, who's the Moorish PhD and all that stuff, law degree and architecture degree and all that, he said that the Moors brought the name Al-Kebalan. And later, it was called Africa. So they should at least be saying that's Al-Kebalan. No, they don't, do they? They keep playing Africa games, don't they? All right, so if they're claiming that that's the colonial name, then whoever knows that that's Asia now has jurisdiction. And then they're going to be making the deals, and then the people are going to be having nothing, and they're looking around, they're wondering, well, how come nothing's in our favor or whatever? Sound familiar? The same stuff that they did over here. Same thing they did over here. Over here's Morocco. Now they're calling it US and Canada. If you're saying that this is Morocco, then you have jurisdiction. And they immediately become the foreigners. Immediately they become the foreigners. Then if they're foreigners, then what does that mean? Oh, then that means they don't have jurisdiction. And how is it right now when those Africans go make claims against those Chinese making claims? They're losing, aren't they? Because Africa is not a claim. That's a fraud. You can't claim Africa. If these people are claiming Asia, you can't claim some tribe or whatever. So that's how. I'm not there. But you see what's going on over there. And the only thing that makes sense is they're doing the same colonization. They're doing the same colonization that the modern Europeans did over here. And then the Africans have the true name that they're supposed to be calling the place, Al-Kebilan, but they don't. They want to play Africa games and tribes and all this. All right, then keep getting raped. Just like the ones over here. You want to play Negro, black, colored? Well, no problem. We'll just keep stealing their birthright. Ain't no big deal. We'll live good off you Moors, you unconscious Moors. We'll live good. Then a few more stand up, they slap them quick, make everybody else think, oh, well, I'm not going to be a Moor if they're Moor, right? 4 Moors got murdered in 5 years. About a few thousand black guys got murdered, but then you're going to go be black. But you're not going to be Moor because 4 Moors got murdered, but you're going to go be black. When 50 billion blacks got murdered, but you're going to go be that. Please. Please. So that's the issue. Jurisdiction. And you must have jurisdiction over to territory to make a claim. Well, territorial jurisdiction. If the claim that you're making is void of a territory based on the status that you're using, then you lose already. Plaintiff in error. You're not making a claim. Just complaining. And it's the incompetence of the people, as usual. As usual. And there was attempts to rename over there from Africa to Al-Kebilan. They ain't go with that. They ain't go with that. You know, keep the Africa BS going on. Somebody just said in the chat, Berlin Conference and all that. Take your stuff. Because you want to play fiction jurisdictions. Color of jurisdictions. That's what you want to play. If we are known by many names, what makes Moor so important? For me, it's the Moorish Empire history that Nobuju Ali brought it back to us, that it extended over here as well. Don't get caught up that you think that it's only over there. It extended over here too. So being that it extended over here and everybody knows, well, the Moors, they were, and then they start talking about 7-Eleven and all that. Okay, what did they tell you about 7-Eleven? Oh, when the Moors conquered Spain, and oh, well, it wasn't just Spain. It extended over here as well. So we have this history of the Moors, which they're an empire that extended from northeast, southwest Africa across the Great Atlantis onto the present North, South, Central America and the islands. Anything in that is the Moroccan Empire. So if everything's under the Moroccan Empire, so that would mean Timbuktu and all them were under the Moroccan Empire. That would mean Sumeria and all them are under the Moroccan Empire. That would mean all the Africa, whoever's under the Moroccan Empire. That would mean Atlantis is under the Moroccan Empire. And then if Atlantis is in there, then that means Egypt and all that is included too. Because all these are the same culture. All I see is pyramids. Pyramids, they don't body have jurisdiction over pyramids. Those are everywhere. Why do you think they're everywhere? Because the people who built them were everywhere. And yeah, that long time ago, they had so many names. But the timeline of them that we have documented, that we could at least go back to the ancient Egyptians. Oh, but then George G.M. James told us that the Moors were the custodians of the ancient Egyptian stuff when Egypt fell. And Egypt fell before 711 AD. Egypt fell before that, right? Well, so that means the Moors have jurisdiction this whole time. So if the Moors have jurisdiction this whole time and everybody's under the Moors, then what are we talking about these other names for? Well, how are the other names relevant? Because all those claims are under the Moroccan Empire. The Moroccan Empire is not modern. The Moroccan Empire is ancient. And we're descendants of Moroccans born in America. So that puts us under the Moroccan Empire. So how are we some other name? And if we are any other name, put them next to the Moors and tell me who was more prosperous. Stop it. I don't care who you're going to name. They didn't have an empire. Whoever it is you're going to name them. They didn't have an empire. The ragtag band or whoever running around, not Bill and Jack. Nothing there to see. Just flapping gums. But the Moors are active, not passive. Why not claim more? Why we claim who we gonna name? Who we gonna name? What we claiming them for? What relevance does that have to us? Other than those are our foremothers and forefathers. Right? That's still third party perspective. We're talking about more. We're talking about first person. That's what when you say we're Moors. You say we're Moors. We're talking about in the present right now. We're not talking about some ancient something, some textbook or whatever. Talking about pointing at a Moor with a feather or a turban on his head. There's a Moor right there. What are you telling me about 1492? You telling me about that? There's a Moor right there. You'll recognize the Moors in the history book, but the Moor in your face, you're not going to recognize them? How does that work? Oh, because there's nobody else. You ain't pulling no ancient Egyptian to the present. You're not pulling no Tartarian to the present. They're gonna have some architecture or they left a street or they left a tunnel going somewhere or whatever like that. You can see that, but you're not gonna see none of those people. Moors are the only ones who in the ancient you read about the Moors, and then you read the Moors, and then you can point, hey, there's a Moor right there. You name somebody from ancient whatever, and who find me that guy right now? You're not gonna find him. Not finding no Canaanite right now. Somebody who's saying, yeah, they're repping for that. You're not finding them. Where are they at? Nowhere to be found. You'll find a Moor though, bet you. You find a Moor quicker than any of those other names. So why not claim Moor then? What are we talking about? And that wasn't your question. That was like, what are we talking about? Generally, like, what? Come on. The Moorish history is unmatched. We're talking about a history of people and their influence on the world, not their influence on some little pocket. Their influence in the world. Everything everybody has something to do with the Moors. Let's do research on all the stuff all the stuff you got. Whatever it is. You look over there, you see it, do some research on it. Something about the Moors is going to come, guaranteed. Yeah, and with not being able to have anybody who's saying that they're repping for Canaanite or Moabite or whatever. Like the Moor said, we're the only ones that's saying those family names anyways. There's nobody else claiming those but Moors. Nobody claiming the high priest of Anu. You have no guy who reps for some ancient Egypt right now that's popping up talking about he's a high priest of Anu. None of them. Only Moors. There's only Moors I see say M-A-U-R. I don't hear anybody else talking about their Moors, their M-A-U-R. M-U-U-R. I don't hear anybody repping for Mu other than Moors. No, the M-U-U-R Moors. The Mu Atlantis Moors. Those Moors. You know they're Moors, regardless how they spell it. No matter which vowels they use, it comes out to Moor still. It comes out to Moor still. So why not claim Moor? Why are we claiming some other name? Unless we're brainwashed or we're emotional and we don't want the truth. You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth of your own murdering people. There's no damn terrorists and all that stuff. It's your own murdering people. How do we get our people to proclaim their nationality? How do we get our people to proclaim their nationality? You can't get anybody to do anything. You could only lead the horse to water. So don't get in this thing of, now you're a Moor, you got to prove yourself to some people who they're not even going to proclaim after you prove yourself to them. So we go on the angle of whoever wants this is going to come get it. We're accessible. Doors always open. You're always going to see a Moor out there. But you can't get them. You can't get somebody to proclaim their nationality. They have to want to proclaim their nationality. And if they don't want to, then they're either going to come to you with questions to prove to them why they should, or they're going to go do their own research and then they're going to come back to you and find out, they're ready now. Or they're going to go do it on their own just because But you can't make somebody do that. And don't be those Moors thinking you're gonna make somebody do something. This is their birthright. You got yours? Yeah? All right. So you got yours? All right. Handle your affairs. Fix yourself. And get yourself in order before you want to try to get people to proclaim themselves. You don't even have yourself in order yet. So get yourself sorted out first. Don't worry about our people and them proclaiming something. They've been had their opportunities. Focus on self. You have your own demons you got to deal with. You don't worry about other people's demons. Handle your own. And if you're mindful, you would see how fast. You see how fast they learn their lesson and come running to proclaim their nationality. And just because you are focused on self. Because a lot of the people that you're trying to get to proclaim whatever, don't worry, they're sneak studying. They'll play like they're not studying or whatever like that. Just watch their posts. Just watch how they talk to you. They're going to be sneak studying. If they know it's real, they're going to be sneak studying. You have the ones who are people that are going to come to you and they want to know. They studied, they did their research, and I'm ready to go through the process or do whatever I have to do to fully be a Moor. When they approach you for it, how to do it, then you can let them know. Because this is not some hard stuff to get. We're not Negro, black, colored, we're Moors. All right, so then you just start saying that you're Moors then. Well, why is this stuff hard? You got to justify why we're not Negro, black, colored. What's to be justified? Look at the state of the things that are classified as such. There's no state that anybody wants to be in. Mental, spiritual, geographic, doesn't matter. They don't want to be there. Where the niggers are at, don't go there. Where the blacks are at, them people, I want them people around. Proclaim. That's they have to do that. Somebody can't proclaim for you. You have to proclaim it. Can you give some examples of how being a Moor is better than being NOI or UNIA or Rasta ETC? Okay, well, look at being a Moor and being NOI and whatever like that. That's not the same. Being NOI or whatever like that, that's organizations. Those aren't statuses or nationalities or anything like that. Those are organizations. Those are corporations. That's not an identity. That's not a nation. Rasta isn't a nation. That's Tafari Makanen, Rastafari. That's Rastafari. Ras Tafari. It's not Rastafari. That's not one word. Right? That's the name of somebody else. So it's not identity. UNIA is not identity. That's an association. They didn't have an identity. That's why it's called Negro. There's no identity there. Because again, we're not Negro, black, colored. So we're not Negro. Because Negro is not universal. The improvement of the Negro is universal. The Negro is not universal. That's limited. When I said outer limits, that's where you want to be. Like more is the outer limits. More would take you into not just your identity, but spirituality, mysticism, take you to construction, take you to agriculture. More will take you into all these different science. It'll take you to all these different subject matters, while all these other associations, groups, etc. are limited. Okay? If you take somebody, Nippon, Japanese, what are they gonna? They're gonna have a lineage, culture that goes into metaphysics, spirituality, martial arts. They're not just cooped up in one section and don't hear anything else because that's not part of their big difference between being a Moor and being a member of some organization or association or something. Two totally different things. They don't even relate. But to show you, so why is more better? Go back again. When you look at being a Moor, the key is being. So in order to be it, you have to know it. You don't have to know this other stuff. How these people never even read UNIA Constitution, but then they say they're part of it. That's just a document that they have. Like the better than is because it's a nationality, not because of some thing that you get some benefit, some privilege. The better is because it ties you to a nation, which has more weight than an association, organization, etc. That's why Moorish Science Temple of America doesn't fly one-piece flags and all that. They fly a national flag because it's about nation. When you go into the dojo, when you go into anything having to do with a nation, they have their flag, they have certain things. And it's seen all throughout the world by anybody who's a nation. And then you can go look up the Convention of Statelessness and all that stuff to see that the statelessness ain't where it's at. And being anything other than more is statelessness. Anything other than more that we're claiming is statelessness. That's the superior claim. Again, going back to the territorial jurisdiction, that is the Moroccan Empire. How should one study before trying to explain nationality to their bloodline? Again, the idea of being. You have to be it before you can put somebody onto it. And whoever is getting put onto it, they have to want it. So the good thing about bloodline is that they're getting it out the womb, so they don't have a choice. And how good you instill it from a young age is going to show you later on if the message stuck or if they really weren't ready. So when you're talking about explaining it, then the explainer has to know what they're explaining. If they don't, then that's going to taint the bloodline. So when we're talking about study time and all that stuff, there's no study time. It's the time is from when you found out moving forward. That's the only time that matters relative to, how long should one study before you explain? Because if we say study all the stuff, then you're never going to explain this. So there has to be a point in time where you studied and you had the eureka moment and you're in 100%. And you can articulate it to somebody else. Right. Well, whether it's using facts or whether it's coming off the top of your head from what you've read and giving them references and all that stuff from what you've read. Right. So they can go do their own research. But once they get out the womb and you're going to be saying, oh yeah, I'm going to teach them about my nationality, and you just started studying yesterday, you need to slow down. Because you need to know before you could explain to somebody else. You have to know before you could explain to somebody else. If you don't know, you're going to make yourself look like a fool. You don't want to look like a fool, like some of these people out here. You don't want to look like a fool. All right. We shall carry on. Why did Prophet teach about principles instead of culture? Is there a difference? Well, on the side of why did he, and then you start seeing what he did and what he didn't teach. He taught all that. Everything relative to us knowing about our nationality and birthrights is relative. So it's not spoken about, but Moors had a farm. There was Moorish farm. This is around Noble Drew Ali's time. All this is in convention minutes. Right? That's what the culture is. And then again, the principles. It might not have been, might have been told, but Noble Drew Ali was selling herbs. Then where's he getting the herbs from? Where's the Moorish manufacturing company getting the herbs from in the 1920s? Who they know? Who do they know? And this is a prosperous business back then. Selling herbs, selling tonic and all that. All that is culture. Well, that tonic, where's he getting all that from? You're getting black seed oil from in the 1920s. You know, the amount that has been hidden away, we could see why, you know, people would have perspectives like that. You know, that there's different things going on. Oh, Noble Drew Ali was a prophet, and then they start going into some religious stuff when he was a healer. No, how come you don't talk about that part? You know, why don't you talk about the part that he was a healer? But all the healer whoever's that you got today, all the healer whoever's that are out there today, what do you think the template is for them to be healer guy? And again, when you go to everybody's foundation, it's Noble Drew Ali. Every organization, every association, whatever, all of them go back to, oh, Noble Drew Ali was the one who inspired all these people's master teachers. Even pimps. Even pimps are members of Moorish Science Temple of America and all that. And you're gonna question being involved with the Moorish movement, or be involved with the Moors or whatever, because some BS you've seen on YouTube. And so Prophet taught about all that. He taught about principles and he taught about culture. It's just that we don't have the info. You know, people are holding back stuff where there's info that's just gone relative to what was really going on in the 1920s. We got a glimpse. You know, we got a glimpse of how it was. Why didn't Noble Drew Ali teach about tribe but nationality? Is there a difference? So in the oral and documented history of Noble Drew Ali, he's Cherokee. His bloodline, as far as tribe, is Cherokee. Now, knowing that he's Cherokee and he told us nationality and not tribe, should let the tribe people see the importance of nation over tribe. Right? Nation over tribe. So it wasn't that, you know, he was teaching or not teaching something. Right? We know based on 101 questionnaire, what's your nationality? Moorish American. Then talk about tribe. Nationality is the order of the day. He was outside the realm of tribe. And then if you're talking tribe, you're also talking the 12 of the Hebrews, that we know that even them, the 12 tribes are the zodiac. 12 tribes of the zodiac. Stars are older than what these people are talking about, divisions. Stars are older. So remember, the zodiac is the 12 tribes. And everybody knows their house. And then you go to all the different quote-unquote jurisdictions, and they all have some form of astrological studies, cosmological studies in their nation. Then you go ask the NBCs. Oh no, we don't do that. It's not about tribe. That's why he said nationality. If it was about tribe, trust me, he would have said tribe. If it was about tribe, Drawley would definitely say tribe. Drawley would say tribe. And there's one. Moors had 80 plus acres with houses near Berkshire Mountains. And that's what FBI files. So we were definitely on some culture. We were definitely on some nationality. We were definitely being taught principles. Definitely taught there are certain things to make us better. From where we were to 1928 convention, Noble Drew Ali and the Moors, we came a long way. You've seen the convention picture. The Moors, they agreed. They had the Holy Covenant. They're not Negro black colored. Why is nationality helpful coming from a Moorish mindset? Because that's the order of the day. I always use nationality from all the other people that have one. Right? Like, there's no national. Right? There's no national that was playing dumb. Right? You know, what's your nationality? Oh, I'm from Africa. Or, oh, I'm white. No, like, what's your natal origin? Where are your ancestors from? I'm Scottish, or right? So everybody deals with nationality. The only people who don't deal with nationality are the people above Mexico that call themselves Negro, black, colored, African, this, Canadian, that, and it doesn't matter what we call ourselves. But everyone else around them has a nationality. So nationality is important because it ends racism. Nationality is important because it ends discrimination. We're talking about on a mass scale, not the 5 Moors who got murdered. Now you're looking at them as oh, so I see, look what happened. Is where's the discrimination? As if we don't know. But the only reason that it's like that is because you people are still playing Negro black color games. That's why it's like that still. Because you keep giving them jurisdiction over people who look like us. Like there's Moors who, because of nationality, their children don't have to go to school and suffer through Black History Month with all the black BS. They get to go do something else. Yeah, that's helpful. That Black history stuff isn't doing anything for our children. And then like they're saying, nah, you gotta go and all that stuff like they say to the Negroes. They're not getting that when they're not getting that Negro stuff. You know, nationality is only helpful to those who exercise it. Like the only way you can know if it's helpful is if it helped you. And 99% of the Moors who've been saying that they're Moors and their nationality is Moorish and all that stuff, 99% of them have been helped saying that they're Moors. 99%. Or they wouldn't be saying that they're Moors. Why would you be saying they're Moors if it's not helpful to them? But what would be the purpose? Saying they're Moors. Right. In your opinion, what do you think the old universities were that look like Moorish architecture? The old universities that look like Moorish architecture. Well, again, let's look. Who are the Moors? The Moors are any dark-skinned person. So when you say Moorish architecture, it's not limited to stuff that looks like the Alhambra or that have a certain look that was called quote unquote Moorish. If Tartarians are dark-skinned people, then their architecture is Moorish. If Hindus are dark-skinned people, then their architecture is Moorish. If Cambodians are dark-skinned people, then their architecture is Moorish. Now, if the ancient Egyptians made Moors the custodians of the ancient Kemetic knowledge, and everybody learned from the ancient Egyptians, then everybody goes and learns from the Moors. And the Moors have a university that these people are coming to learn. Whatever architecture that is, if it's dark-skinned people, it's Moorish, however it looks. The dark-skinned people who designed this, did they build it? They assist, did they make the blueprint? What did the dark-skinned people do? Oh, everything? Oh yeah, then this is Moorish. That's how I look at it. And I gotta box me into some, horseshoe archways only is Moorish. If Moors are dark-skinned people. What's too broad? Isn't the universe broad? Are you trying to get the universe to conscribe to your miniature perspective? You're not, right? You're not doing that to the universe. So what do you mean more is too broad a term? Shouldn't it be? Shouldn't your national name be broad? Why would it be? Why would it be minuscule? Why would it be minuscule? And like we said, if there were other names, then pull me somebody who's that name today. I can show you Moors today that still wear turbans, feathers, curl toe shoes, and all that. I can show you a Moor today. I don't have to go hunting in some ancient records to go find a Moor. Like you have to hunt in the ancient records to find all these other names that we call ourselves. The oldest name that we called ourselves, whatever it is, you're not gonna find somebody today who's one of them. Guarantee you. But I know for sure I can find a Moor today. I need no more than that to know that we're Moors. Yeah, I know. I know there's many names. Nobody's in denial. No Moor ever said, well, no, we weren't those names. No Moor never said that. We know we're those names. What you mean? That's why we could say that we're Moors now. Moor is not in every language. Oh, but black is, right? But black's in every language. But Moor is not in every language. But black's in every language, all right? Everybody has black in their language, but Moor, though, they don't have that. But everybody talks about in their language, but they don't have Moor in their language. Every culture that has a language, they have boats. What do they do with boats in their language? So because it's a different language, it might not be pronounced Moor. In the Philippines, it's Aita Aita. That's the Moors. Because the Aita Aita are the dark-skinned people. The people who've been there forever. In Filipino, the Aita Aita. That's nothing to debate about or whatever. Right? The point we're making, that's the name most recognized by anybody in the world. We're not talking about these limited-minded people in North America only. We're talking about people that we deal with in the world. Right? There's no word in every language. Because if it's a different language, then of course the word's going to be different. Why would it be the same word? You're not making any sense. It's a different language. What is the meaning behind it? It's not called a chair in every language, but every language has something you sit on. Making up dumb arguments to try to prove nothing. What's your nationality? Tell me some BS. And then ask you, where's your flag for that nationality? Or you can't show it. Oh, flags are, or that's a construct. We're not going to talk about flags. Foolishness. Curse these Moors, Saracens, pale-skinned dude in Robin Hood, basically saying the same thing twice. Exactly. Because everybody knows the Saracens are Moors. Saracen, that doesn't sound like Moor, but everybody knows that Saracens are Moors. Black, that doesn't sound like Moor, but everybody knows that blacks are Moors. Everybody knows. It's not that hard. People make this stuff hard. It's not hard at all. It's the ignorance. It's the ignorance. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. Or we're going to be out of here. If you got questions, put them in the chat. It's chat time. Finish with the emails. Let's go back and see what's going on in here. Honors to all the Moors in the chat. Supreme honors. Honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. What's Donkey doing in here? Donkey's in here. Misery loves company for real. You're not rubbing your misery off on us, Donkey. My co-author, Donkey. 77 amazing facts. Just go get it at khalifamedia.com. Hey, people come with some wild ones, though. Come with some wild ones. More is not in every language. That's supposed to stop us from saying we're Moors. When the prophet said he pressed along the thorny way until he had risen and overthrown the strongest foes of Allah and man. Yeah, because that's what man has to do. It's gonna be a thorny way. So you better have your long sleeves on and all that stuff. And you playing about got the Speedos on, running through the rose bushes. You're an idiot. Like the thorny way, the way you're gonna get through. The thorns in the way are the foes that you have to get past. And the way is gonna be thorny. It is not gonna be running through the daisies. It's not gonna be running through the daisies. That's what people think when they come into the Moorish paradigm. That you're getting into this and then, oh, you're gonna get your mountain of gold and all that stuff. No, you gotta work for that. Good try. Sellers did a number on this. So you want your stuff back, you gotta put in some work. There's not no freeloading thing. We're Moors, so we could just sit back here. Those are the same ones that the old sheik told them Europeans, go take those Moors. But they're not doing anything anyways, wasting time. So don't be a wasting time more. Learn from the thorn patch. Learn. It's a lesson there. That's why you went through the thorns. It's a lesson there. Has to be hard so you could learn something, because our people learn from pain. Our people learn from pain. Did Puerto Ricans create hip hop? There's no Puerto Ricans. Those are Boricans. And there's no hip hop without all the music before it. So there ain't no creating hip hop. Ain't no creating hip hop. Talking about drums, drums are ancient. Drums ain't some hip hop thing. Right? Graffiti, that's ancient. That's carvings on the wall and all that, hieroglyphics. If you want to know, when you talk about when you talk about origins of hip hop and all that, it's ancient. Get hip hop decoded by the Black Dot. Go get that if you want to know something about hip hop. So if you're listening to these people with their who created it and who founded it and who was the first this and that, you're talking crazy. Because there's hip hop has drums in it, right? Okay, drums are ancient. And some of y'all created something. Right. And again, when people aren't Puerto Rican, that's a U.S. corpse. It's not a landmass. So no, Puerto Ricans have nothing to do with hip hop. That's a U.S. corpse. Does language determine your bloodline? More speak English. Are they English? See, but they always go to language because they don't have anywhere else to go, right? Because everywhere you go, once you do research and you know who it is that we are as a people, that's all you're going to be finding when you research. Go check make some almanacs YouTube. Go on there and see how much more stuff's on there. And that's a modern European finding that. Hunting and finding. Say the prayer stuff popping up. But you go on there and they have all that stuff about Moors on there. Then you can't be in denial about this. There's no way. There's no way. Michelle Gibson, another modern European. Hunting, researching, finding out all this stuff about Moors. And how far back the Moors go and all that stuff, just before some 1492. A modern European. Rick Smith, telling about galactic Moors and all that. Peter Moon. Crazy. You know, can't deny the Moorish. My friend would go crazy if he called him Puerto Rican. He would tell you himself he's a Moor. Look at that. Right? And I know that Moor. And he doesn't want to get called Puerto Rican. And so Puerto Ricans have nothing to do with hip hop. Zero. Anybody who's playing that Puerto Rican whatever, they're like the people who are playing black games. And all them Puerto Ricans know they're not Puerto Rican. They know that. They know that's a colonial name. Mm-hmm. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Honors to Prophet Drew Ali. Mastermind. He's getting his honors. 15th annual Noble Drew Ali Day. 15th annual Drew Ali Day. 15th annual. Honors to all the Moors who support their prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Honors. Noble Drew Ali did a lot of great work for us to be able to be here saying we're Moors. Did a lot of great work. For us to be doing here, for us to be here for 15 years, honoring our prophet, and you being here too, to bear witness and to enjoy in the celebrations. Honors to you from all the Moors from number one to now, wherever you're at. Moors we haven't seen in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, we haven't seen these Moors since the first Drew Ali Day. We're still here. 15th annual. We're still here. So honors to all the Moors who stay supporting their nation and supporting their prophet. Honors to you until the end. Love and peace to all the Moors. Honors to all the mothers. Supreme honors to all the Moors in the chat. All hail the empire. Honors to Noble Drew Ali. Peace and love to all the Moors. Islam.